Hi everyone, and welcome back to day 3. Wow, hasn't this 3 days gone so fast? I don't know where it goes sometimes, but it goes fast. But we have the beautiful beach day stamp set that I'm going to interact with a little bit of the, what's the name of that sweat I've just been using? What's it called? The Just Kidding designer series paper. My God, new products, gotta remember the names of them. The Just Kidding. That is amazing. Look, I love that set, and you think I'd remember the name, but sometimes it just goes as quick as it comes, but that's okay. So let's come down to my workbench and start this new project. Now I have also brought in the Mending Meadows paper, but I'm going to use this side this time. Okay, so that reminds me of a sky at the beach. So we're going to use that one. So let's cut up our cardstock for this because we've got some die cutting to go to. So I'm going to use the beautiful Pecan Pie for my card base, and I'm going to cut it off at 14.5. And I'm going to turn it around and score it at 10.5. Now, why I could have gone with any colour would have gone well with what I'm doing, but it reminds me of sand a little bit, so I've decided to go that way. And then I'm going to actually do a white mat for the inside of the card, which is going to be 14. So I'm going to do that at 14. And then I'm going to turn it around to 10 and cut that out at 10. Then I'm going to do one exactly the same size as that for the front of the card, and it's going to be 10 by 14, and that's going to go on the front of our card. Okay. So I'm going to place that there for the moment. So we've got some stamping out to do now. So we're going to stamp out with our beach thing. We're going to do the light savers little shack up here. So we're going to do that. And I love that these have got dies as well. So I'm going to grab this one out. Oh, it's a big one. So I'm going to grab my block. And I'm putting it on the block. Now, I don't know if you know that most of our blocks have got the alphabet on them. That is the size of the block. And this is an E block. So when you're looking up, you'll see there's A, B, C, D, E, F, G size blocks. This is an E block, just to give you an idea of how big that is. It's an E block. Okay, so we're going to actually stamp that up in black Memento, and I'm just going to do this. And then I'm going to come down and stamp that down. Now there's a couple of things that I want, so I'm going to also do, I'm just going to pull that off for the minute and stick it on my cleaning pad so I can clean it in a minute. I'm also going to do the surfboard, but I'm going to do the surfboard on, I'm just going to do the surfboard on some designer series paper. So I've decided that I'm going to do it on this piece that was a scrap from our Just Kidding designer series paper. I had this little scrap left here, so I've decided I'm going to do the surfboard up on there, so it looks like a little bit of a pattern. So I can come even a little bit of brown, or I can come over this side and do a bit of brown and white on it as well. So it's good to use your scraps up. I use mine quite a lot. So I'm just going to do black, but we could do brown if we wanted to. We could do whatever colour you wanted to come in. So I'm just going to come in with that down on there. So you can sort of see we're going to cut that surfboard out as well. Okay, so I'm just going to take that off the block as well and just pop that in there for the moment. Okay, so we need to cut out some things with this, but before we do, we're just going to quickly colour this in. So I'm just going to colour in the building, and I'm going to use the light Daffodil Delight. So I'm just going to give it a bit of a colour, or brighten it up a little bit. Oh, we've got 27 on here. It's funny when you're colouring in how you see things that you don't see when you first stamp it out. So we're just going to come in and do a little bit of colour in between the posts here. So this is lighthouse number 27. I did not know that. So we're going to come in with the darker one to do the door. And we're just going to do the door a little bit darker. And then we're just going to come in with, I've chosen the Pecan Pie Light because it's the same colour as the paper that we used. So I'm just going to come around the edges with this. I've never really done it just on the glass mat, but it's working okay. But I might just put a little piece of paper underneath it just to make sure it doesn't stain it, which I don't think it will. And come down in here, because you know your blends always go right through 99% of the time. Okay, so we're just going to colour this. Well, I hope you've all enjoyed your day today, or the last 3 days, because, oh my God, there's been so much happening and so much to see. As always, we have so much to have a look at. I'm hoping to get on there and have a look this afternoon. I really haven't had a chance to get on there yet, but I am hoping to jump on there after lunch and have a look myself. Okay, so we're just going to go through here, and then we're just going to do the little ramp coming down the side as well. So we want this little ramp coming down. Now you can cut out these pieces as well. Okay, they'll cut out the pieces when you, which we're going to do. We're going to cut them out using the die. So let's just have a look at what happens when it all gets cut out. Okay. It's very hard to know when you're prepping how much to prep. Yeah, because you just never know. Because I don't make my cards in between. I make them from scratch. Okay, so we're going to just come in and colour this little bit in here. We're going to bring the die cutting machine up. And I'm going to wind this through. Okay, just so it doesn't slide around, I wind them together, hold them together when I'm lifting it up and down so that plates don't fall out. Okay, so we've got our plate number 1, plate number 2, plate number 3. Then we're going to come in with our cardstock. I'm just looking for my second plate. Oh, here it is. And then I'm going to put on my die. Now, like I said earlier, if you watched any of my videos from earlier, you can use little post-it notes to hold your image in place if you want to. So you can get a little pack of post-it notes like this. They've got the little sticky on them, and you can just sort of put that across to hold it in place. Okay, so I'm also going to pop my surfboard on there at the same time and come through with that as well. So I'm just going to grab that surfboard, go around it, and use a little post-it note just to hold that because I've got a couple of things on here. Okay, and then we're going to put our number 3 on, and then we're going to wind it through. Now you can build your lighthouse up here as well. They've got different ones there as well that you can use, which is really good. And how well does that scrap come out on that surfboard? I love it. It's worked out really well. So just bring that out. I think that's all I want. And then I'm just going to wind this back through just so the plates don't fall when I'm lifting it up and down. Okay, so when I cut this out, I cut it out and I had it also on some white cardstock, and I did that for the reason is I want it nice and solid. So look at the back of that. That looks like an awesome surfboard as well. So you can do whatever you want. You can make it your surfboard as much as you want. You can put on whatever you like, but I really love how that's turned out. That's turned out really well. And then we have our lighthouse. Oh, not lighthouse. I've got lighthouse in the brain now. Now we have our beautiful surf living stand here, and I have my paper here. So you can sort of see why I went with this paper, because it sort of goes really well in with it. So it cut the window out. I do need to colour the little flag in, so I can do that now. I can do that. We can just do a little yellow one. You can do whatever colour you want. So I'm just going to colour that in. You can do a red one, whatever colour you want. And our little surfboard, or buoy as they call them, like the little circles that they throw out to people, you can colour that in as well. And I'm just doing it in the dark and the light. So I've only used 2 colours in the colouring in, so that you don't have to, all 3 colours I should say, because I use the brown as well. So you can sort of see there's not too many colours used in there. Okay, so let's come down and we're going to put a little piece of paper under here. And I'm just going to grab the brown, because I'm just going to add a little bit of brown shading happening through here with my pen. So we can just come up and bring a little bit of shading down through here. And I love that you can do this over the top of your designer series paper. Okay, so just add a little bit there. And then this is going to sort of come in on that side there like that. Okay, so you can bring this in just a little bit more over this side if you want to. It doesn't matter. Okay, so I'm going to use some dimensions to bring this up. So I'm going to, oh, that's my tummy, sorry about that. Bring these in. I shouldn't be hungry, but it's talking to me. Okay, so I'm going to bring this in here. Which is really lovely. I'll bring that in there. And then I'm going to grab that surfboard and I'm going to bring the surfboard in here as well. And we're going to get this little bit of grass because we have a little bit of grass in our die. And I'm going to cut that out in a bit of green. So I'm going to use a couple of dimensions behind my surfboard to make him stand up nice. Okay, so I'm going to bring this up through here. Then I'm going to grab that die cutting machine again and we're going to cut a little bit of grass. Just going to do a little bit of grass. I've got a bit of green here that was left over from something that I was doing. So I'm going to cut 2 through at a time. Hopefully it will cut the 2 through at the time. See if I can get 2 at a time. Okay, so once again, plate number 1, plate number 2, plate number 3, then your decider series paper, your blade face down, and then your plate number 3 over the top of that. I love that our plates are numbered so that you can actually see that. I'm just going to go backwards again over that because I am hoping to get through 2 pieces of card. Oh, and it did, which I'm very excited for because sometimes it doesn't. But it has done the 2 pieces. Very good. So just move that down there for a minute. And I've got 2 little bits of grass here. So I'm going to bring a little bit of grass up here. So I'm just going to use a tiny little dimension on the back of this. And I might have to cut it even in half. Okay, so cut it in half, this little dimension. And come here. And place that on the back. So I'm going to have a little bit coming through here on that there, and I'm going to put the other one over here. Take the back off that. And I'm just going to put that one a little bit over here on around that leg. Now I did cut out this little girl. She's gorgeous. She's going to sit here. She's looking at a little bug. So I love her. I thought she was really gorgeous. She's in the other paper, the Just Kidding paper that we were using. That we can actually mix and match it with this. I love that we can mix and match it with this beach theme as well. So I'm just going to pop her in there. She's looking at that little ant on the, could even be a little crab, who knows, on the beach. So we've sort of got this little beach picture happening here now, which is really gorgeous. So we're going to now pop this on our card. So this is going to come up here. And then we're going to do the inside. Now, if you wanted to, I'm going to use the bone folder dough because I like to make sure that it is scored down nice and firm so that it makes it easier to, it's flatter to actually add your pieces to. If you wanted to add some ribbon on there, you can add it now. I'm going to add some words on there in a minute. You can, they've got little birds as well that you can stamp out and cut out, so we can just keep decorating this up in a minute. I just wanted to get it all started so we can see what we're doing. My hands just don't want to work today. Does anyone else have a touch of arthritis in their fingers and they don't want to work? Because I'm not sure if it's arthritis or what it is, but sometimes my fingers don't want to work, but that's okay. So I love that. So we'll go in here and we'll put the inside in. And when you think about places that you travel, one of the places we all seem to go away to is to the beach. So that is something that we do when we're traveling. We normally go to somewhere where there's a beach that we can go to, or we go to waterfalls or something like that. But this stamp set is a beautiful stamp set for that, I think. And I love that this paper goes so well behind it. It just looks like a really beautiful day behind there, and I really like that. So I'm going to get a strip, and I've chosen wishing you a beautiful day, or even happy birthday. I think happy birthday, because it's a different type of happy birthday in here. It's I love the writing, the font on this. So I'm just going to put that happy birthday there. I'm just going to sort of see whether I want it across the card. Probably not quite, so that's okay. I'm going to come through and put this down and pick it up with my block. And my black ink. Oh, it's a very nice font, this one. I like this. It's a light font. Let's hope that goes down well. If not, I'll clean it. That's not too bad. Happy birthday. So with this, you can cut it normal. You can just cut it on a bit of an angle. So I'm just going to cut this on a slight angle going upwards like this. And maybe not quite a point. And this is just going to go up here on here with our dimensions. Aren't these dimensions amazing? Honestly, these pop-up ones, they're just so easy to use, double-sided. I love them. One of my go-to products. It's probably one of the products that Stampin' Up sell a lot of, I'm telling you now. So I'm just going to put that happy birthday to the side there and have that going like that. And then I can add more to it if I wanted to. So in the dies, I'm just going to have a look. We have a little seagull in here that we can stamp out. So let's see if we stamp that out. I think there's a die that goes around that too. So let's just try the little seagull. Just going to grab a little block because we just need a little block for the seagull. Now this little block is a block and it's only tiny, but sometimes it's easier to do your stamping with the right size block. So just check the blocks out in the main catalogue, in our annual catalogue, and you'll be able to see. Whoop, I moved that. Don't move it. One there, one there, and you can do 2, 3, 1, whatever you like. So just going to pop that in with my cleaning to clean. So if I don't have time when I'm cleaning, I put all my stamps upside down in the cleaning chamois, and then I just go back and clean them towards the end when I'm finishing up. Okay, so let's come here, have a look in our die cuts down here and see if we can find that little bird. Did we have a little bird? Yes, we have got a little bird. Very excited. I'm not sure where this goes. I should have drawn around it. Okay, it goes somehow this way, I think. I'm going to grab this little bird out down here and put this around a bird. Now, if you have trouble holding it, don't forget you can use a little post-it note over it, so you can just grab the sticky side and put that across, and it will hold it in place for you. I'm hoping one day we get magnetic mats back. It would be so nice. Okay, so our little bird is cut out. Just going to wind this back in. Okay, just pop this on, our little bird on, put our die back in here and grab our little bird, and he can just sit up here on the thing. So I'm just going to put a tiny little dimension behind him. I think one's just going to fit in, and if it doesn't, you can always just trim that little bit off that doesn't, and that's just going to sit right up on our side there. Okay. How awesome is that? Mixing and matching our stamp set. So our Beach of the Day is in our mini catalogue that's out now, and this one is also in our mini catalogue as well. So I hope you enjoyed that, and I will see you back here this afternoon for my very last class for Series 19. Bye for now.